I don't know. Ray, what do you feel about the approach here with the Celtics? Do you think that they're doing the right thing? And do you think, more importantly, the Jays feel that the Celtics are doing the right thing? And by right thing, I mean saving their bullets for next year, like we talked about on the last show, amassing expiring contracts, making sure they're financially flexible next season.
Well, if you go into our website, Simple Mind Sports Show, I wrote a nice little blog that says basically Green Teamers should be worried because Brad Stevens has gone to the roulette wheel, put all his chips on red, and praying that he gets Bradley Beal this year or next year. And I think it's a doomsday because Bradley Beal now holds all the chips. So I think what Brad Stevens is doing is a little crazy, but I think he's doing right by Jayson Tatum because that's what Jayson Tatum wants. So he's trying to make right by a superstar.
Well, yeah, he's trying to open it up for a max guy for next year. And I mean, it's a smart move. You weren't going anywhere. You're a middling team. You're a middling team now. You're a 7 to 8 seed in the East based on all the moves that happened today. You know, so it's like I don't get it. Why spend the money now when just try to build for the future? You have 2 young superstars or budding superstars, you know, and you're bringing in some veteran leadership in Richardson, and then you can still possibly move Dunn and Smart. I really think Smart's the guy that's going to go. You're going to see the team building trades. I think that's where we're going to go here. Again, if you kind of cut a little bit more salary, you kind of can fit the whole mid-level in there. You dump Tristan, you got to dump a few more because right now you only have the taxpayer. I think it's like 4.6 or 4.9 million a year, somewhere in there. So it's fine. I'd rather them just be a middling team until you could try to get a star, or at least have the cap space to get one or compete for one. I mean, that's their final move, and that's the move they should be making, and just get some guys there for this year and just build the roster and see what you got and just see what the Jays can do now. They got no one really in their way.
Yeah.
Unless they move smart, you know.
I've come to the conclusion that they are clearing their decks specifically for Bradley Beal, specifically because Jayson Tatum and Bradley Beal have said this is what we want to do.
Yep.
Now, Bradley Beal might back out on that. He's been real wishy-washy with all of that. Let's be positive here for once. Let's take that as a good sign. Let's say Bradley Beal has loyalty to the team that drafted him, that he wants to make it work, that he has an attribute that you might want in your team, especially a team like the Celtics that lack those kind of attributes. But at the end of the day, is just so Ray yell, is Bradley Beal going to stick around on a Washington Wizards dregs of the league while wasting? I mean, you came a day away from being the leading scorer in the NBA. You're a top talent. You're in your prime. You're about to get paid. Are you going to stick around? I mean, it's one thing for Giannis to do it on the cups of a championship. Bradley Beal's not going to stay in Washington. Who's fucking kidding themselves? Yeah. If you think that Boston is the only location for Bradley Beal, if he decides to leave Washington, you're nuts.
Well, there's no leverage. There's no leverage for him. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
For who?
Bradley Beal.
There is if he doesn't sign an extension.
True.
He just won't sign anywhere. All the leverage is on Bradley. This is the NBA. Bradley Beal has all the cards. He decides exactly what he wants to do. That's why I'll disagree with your roulette card here. If you're the Celtics, Brad Stevens is not calling the shots. Okay. Jayson Tatum is now calling the shots. Ray, you've said this for a year. You're getting what you want. Brad Stevens is on the phone with Jayson Tatum at 3:00 in the morning, Boston time, to talk to Jayson in Tokyo to say, hey, what do you think? This is what we're going to do. Are you guys okay with, look, I can't sign Evan. I can't sign Fournier if you want me to try and get Beal. I can't go out there and give anybody a $10 million contract for 3 years if you want me to sign Beal. It's you guys, Al, Marcus, and the rookies, and maybe I can get some vet minimums in here on a 1-year deal and so go see what you can do. That conversation has been had. Jayson Tatum has signed off on it with the idea that Bradley Beal may come to Boston. And if he wants to leave Washington, I think he's coming to Boston specifically because of Jayson Tatum, because that's the way the NBA works. Not because it's the Celtics, not because the Boston's a place to go. It's because Tatum likes Beal and Beal likes Tatum. And Tatum can't move from Boston right now.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to go down.
Gotcha.
And last thing I'll say in that, I think Boston can be competitive just with Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think they can be competitive. If Jayson Tatum is the guy that
6th, 7th seed, though, is that what you're saying? Competitive?
No, top 4. I think they can break the top 4.
No fucking way, man. What the Bulls did, with what Miami did, with the Nets and Milwaukee still, there's no way you're a top 4 team. No way.
I think you guys should bet.
Last year, you were a top 4 team a majority of the season until you started to quit for weeks at a time. Do you believe that they will
Jaylen
quit
Brown
in
and the
that same
corpse
way?
of Al Horford. Great.
Yeah, I don't think they got it this year, man. The talent, it's old. Al Horford's old. It won't work out like we thought. The role players they have aren't the greatest. This is like a 7th, 8th seed right now.
Oh, I disagree. I think they're going to compete, and I think Jayson Tatum
The
is going
equivalent
to,
of Ray's mom's vagina.
I think Jayson Tatum's going to excel into be one of a true top 5, top 7 player in the league, and
Can I
that's
jump in real
all
quick?
you need to be competitive in the NBA.
No more beeping up Bill because he needs the ramifications for all these fucking jokes.
Okay, fair. Speaking of